Happy Real Life Quickie Day, everybody. It's Aimee, and it's Sunday, the day that my two of my three children just left to go back to school. And I'm struggling a little bit. I'm not going to lie to you. I thought that this would be so easy. And, I would think that I would be getting used to this by now, but I'm not. I'm not getting used to it. I mean, like, okay, so yesterday I ran around with both of them, like doing laundry and getting all their stuff ready. I mean, they've been here a month. So I totally like, I mean, I knew it was coming. It's impending, obviously. And I was so lucky that I got to have them for a month. That was crazy. Like, that never happens, especially when one of my kids plays football. So next year he won't be able to do this. But this year he did, and it was great. And we've had so much fun. But it's like, it's almost like when they graduate from high school, it's like, okay, this is the last family meal we're going to have together. Okay, this is the last time that we're going to go, you know, do a TikTok together. Last night, Emma said, hey, you want to do a TikTok? I'm like, yes, yes, I do. I can't believe she still wants to do crap like that with me. So we did a TikTok at like 10 o'clock last night, and it was so fun. And now she's gone. And I said this morning when I woke up, I was like, okay, I'm not going to cry. I'm going to be so cool. But then I realized that that's just energy, and it's just got to circulate, and it's got to get out of you somehow. So woke up this morning. Max left early. He had 10-hour drive. So he woke up, packed up, and yep, cried like a baby. Not in a terrible way, just got choked up and, sad a little bit. And then he left, cried when he left. And then Emma didn't have to leave as early as him because her drive is only 5 hours. So she and I got to have lunch together because then Scott had something he had to do. Charlie had to go down, ride his bike to downtown or whatever, because he's so, he's 15 and he's just living his best life with all his buddies. So I got to spend a little extra time with Emma by myself, which was great. And we went and picked up lunch and ate and had a great time. And then, man, I lost it when she left. I was such a baby. I didn't mean to be. I swear I don't mean to be. But I just started telling her how proud I was of her. She's worked so hard that last semester, like just working 10, 12-hour days in the studio. She's in interior design, for anyone who doesn't know. I'm sure I've talked about it a million times, but anyway, she's working so hard, and I'm so proud of her. So I just want to make sure she knew that. Like, I know she knows that, but for some reason I had to just reiterate it. Lost it. And then her daddy went in right before he left to go do his thing, and he was like telling her how proud he was of her and the things he wants to do with her in 2023, and he started crying. I mean, it was just like this big emotional cry fest. A lot of energy moving through our bodies. Okay, so we did it. We made it. She left. Had a really good cry when she left. And then, of course, the house is empty. So it goes from being jam-packed to the max to completely empty. So I start doing laundry, and then I start cleaning up, and then I start, like, obviously I'm not picking up this room yet, but everything, I mean, I'm just like putting the pillows in the place, and then I'm doing laundry, and I'm just doing all this stuff just to kind of busy myself. And then I was like, you know what? I need to go do a really good meditation. So I did a Dr. Joe. And if you're familiar with Dr. Joe Dispenza, he is magic, and he totally can like get you out of any funk you're in. So I did the breathing one, and I also did generous present moment, I think. Anyway, it's a long one. It's like almost 50 minutes long, but I knew nobody was here. And what else am I going to do today, right? So I did that, and that made me feel so good. So feeling a lot better. Thought I would just do a real life quickie really quick about the things I do when they leave. And here's the thing. They're going to live their best life. They are thriving and having the time of their life. They don't need us to be sitting around and crying, or even crying when they leave. Bad job, Aimee. But it's got to move, it's got to flow. So they know that about me. They know I'm just a giant emotional infant or not infant. Maybe I'm not an infant and that's why, these things happen. But I'm so proud of them. They're going to live their best lives. It's great. We had a great month together. Emma and I got to go to New York. We got to do so many fun things. I did have COVID for about a week or two, so that sucked. But other than that, it was amazing. It was a great month. And now they're going to live their best lives. It's hard in the spring though, because you don't know really when you're going to see them next. So that kind of stinks. But this is what I do. So she leaves. I have a really nice cry. Then I went and did my meditation. By the way, if you want that meditation, I will send it to you. So DM me and I will send it to you for free, because it really does get me out of a lot of jams, and it's not free, but I will give it to you for free because we all need a little help sometimes, right? So I did the meditation. I journaled. I'm also in the middle of doing the magic. I don't know if you've heard that I've got this group going on in my podcast. Every day I drop a new chapter of The Magic. The Magic is a book by Rhonda Byrne. She wrote The Secret. She's amazing. And I have loved this book this year because I had a really rough December. And what's kind of funny is that when I decided to do it every day, I was like, gosh, am I going to have the bandwidth to do this? Because we're going out of town and we've got all the kids home and all that kind of stuff. And I'm working. So I was like, maybe I'll just repurpose the audios that I did last year, which I am doing. And first of all, kind of brilliant on my part, because I had all this stuff that I just was sitting on, which was like gold. But then also it's interesting to go back and listen to what I was talking about last year versus how I feel this year. And I even had one of my friends, one of my best friends who doesn't even live in Dallas. And she was like, are those recordings current? And I was like, why do you want to know? And she said, because your energy is so different than it was last year. Like, it was good last year, but this year it is so much better. And I thought that is so fascinating, because you do all this stuff, you do all this work, you're not really sure if it's working. You don't even know if anybody notices. I don't even know if anybody listens to my podcast. I mean, I see the numbers. I know some of you listen, but I don't really know if it's landing or if it's helping anybody. And she's like, no, I've seen a huge difference in you in a year, which is great to hear. I mean, that makes you feel good. So anyway, I hope you're doing the magic, but I did the magic today. Today was writing about someone that you have a problem with, writing down 10 things that you're grateful for about them, and then feeling really grateful for that. And I think that is brilliant, because that really does put you in a different mindset. And also it helps you with, just how you feel about that person. And also they said something really good in the magic today. It was about feeling resentful against someone is kind of like holding a hot coal and expecting to throw it, but you can't. So it just burns you. And that is so true, isn't it? Like, it's like every time that you feel badly towards someone, or they've wronged you. And I had a situation with a friend, and she didn't even know, first of all, I've never even confronted her with what she did, how she wronged me, but I've just sat around for years and thought, don't like her. She is mean. And just let it eat me up. So it's like holding a hot coal of bitterness and resentment and anger towards someone who doesn't even know you're angry at them. So who's it hurting? Obviously, it's hurting me, not her. So I did her a year ago. So she's been cleared. She's good. Now I did someone else today, and it was great. So I strongly recommend that you do this, because that made me feel better too. Am I 100%? No. Am I going to be sad all day? Probably. But I'm giving myself grace. I'm not hustling. Usually I would just go clean the whole house and do all the laundry and go exercise and read some books and listen to some videos on whatever and podcasts, blah, 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 and go crazy and like try to do all the things. Now I am recording a podcast, but that's because it's fresh on my mind. And that's when I love to podcast the most. But anyway, I hope that all of you mamas who have babies who are going off today, and I know there's a lot of you. Let me put on my red glasses so you can see how serious I am about this. I feel you. I am with you. I get it. And we are all in this together. And anybody who tells you they're not sad I don't believe these bitches who are like, oh, I'm so happy when they leave. They're living their best lives. That's bullshit. I mean, if you're a mom and you have a pulse, then you get sad when your kids go off to college. You do. It's just human nature. It is, unless you just don't have a pulse, which I doubt. And then I just saw this friend of mine who I'm working with, and she has like a 6-year-old, and she was like rubbing his hair. And I thought, oh my gosh, I used to do that with Max, and he was the biggest cuddler. And now he's a giant and a man. And it's just so weird. It's just weird. It's just weird, but that's okay. Weird is good. And weird means that you're going in the right direction. It doesn't necessarily feel great, but you know what? If they wanted to stay at home and they were like sad to leave, then I would know that I'm doing a bad job. So the fact that they're excited to get back to their lives and their friends and their football and their interior architecture and their everything, that makes me feel like I'm doing it. So I just thought I would pop on today and tell you that I feel you, I'm with you, and the things I do to just kind of help it out a little bit. And if you want that wonderful Dr. Joe meditation, I did 2 actually. DM me. I'm at Aimee Elkman, AIMEEELKMAN, and DM me. I'll send you that for free. Just a little happy. And I hope that you're doing the magic with us. It is so much fun. It really is so much fun. It really changes your attitude about life. And I needed it after December, where everything was just a little crazy and uncontrollable. And now everything just feels lighter. And that is my word. I don't know if any of you do New Year's resolutions. I don't really believe in them, because I think you could do a New Year's resolution every day of your life, which is what I try to do, is just to kind of like change my life every day and see what kind of magic is going to happen every single day, not just on January 1st. But if you do a New Year's resolution, and I have, because, I'm crazy. My word for 2023 is light. I just love everything about that. I love spreading light. I love feeling light. I love how I want everything in my life to feel light. No more hustling, no more drama, no more stressing, no more illness. And I just want everything to be light and easy and breezy and fun and adventurous and abundant and joyful and peaceful and calm. So I would love to hear what your word is. Drop it below in the comments or DM me and we can talk about it. I just think it's fun. So anyway, I can't wait to show you what I'm doing this year. I've got a lot of fun things. One thing is I'm starting a YouTube channel. Woo, look at me in the year 2023 doing all kinds of uncomfortable things. But you know what? I'm just doing it messy. So last year I launched the podcast. Now I'm taking the podcast to YouTube and kind of connecting it all with my real estate and my Instagram. I don't know. I'm just doing all kinds of fun things and doing lots of really cool interviews. I did an interview last week with the most fabulous nurse, Lori Aikman, and she's amazing. And we're going to do some fun stuff together that I can't wait to roll out, but it's a surprise. I'll show you all about that. And anyway, just thinking about all you ladies in this January day that the kids are all leaving. So I hope you're having some peace. I hope you give yourself some grace. I hope you have a beautiful day. I'm about to go for a long walk and maybe have a nice dinner with Charlie and Max. Max will be driving. Charlie and Scott tonight. Maybe watch a movie and just really, cut myself some slack and enjoy this Sunday. So hope you're all having a good day, and I can't wait to talk to you next time. Bye.